Hey everybody, this is David and welcome to a new episode of Watch Me Draw. Today's topic is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ready? In addition to making comics and drawing pictures on the internet, I'm a pretty big video game fan, especially a huge Nintendo fan. So, like all Nintendo fans, I basically spent my entire weekend playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And with the announcement that Joker from Persona 5 is going to be one of the 5 downloadable characters, everybody seems to be speculating on who the rest of the characters are going to be. Or, more importantly, who we want them to be. And for me, there's only one character that I really want to see playable in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Shantae. Now, first and foremost, I am a big fan of the Shantae series, so obviously a character that I like from a series that I like is someone that I would like to see in Super Smash Bros. But it kind of goes beyond that. Personal bias aside, I do honestly think that Shantae would be a really good fit for the series. If you're not familiar, the Shantae series is a series of 2D platformer games by WayForward. You play as the titular Shantae, a half-human, half-genie, who saves her homeland of Sequinland from the evil pirate queen Risky Boots. The game has your standard levels and dungeons to explore, power-ups to buy, but the main hook of it is dancing. Shantae is a half-genie and a belly dancer, so she learns a bunch of magical dances that will transform her into new forms that give her different abilities. A monkey that climbs walls, a mermaid that can swim underwater, and so on. So obviously, the moveset for a Smash Bros. Character is built right in there. Shantae's a dancer, she's naturally acrobatic, she can dodge, kick, and whip her hair for all of her standard attacks. She could use those different power-ups like shooting fire or summoning spinning pike balls for her special attacks. Or she could use her transformations. Turn into a flying harpy to recover or a giant elephant to stomp around. Or those transformations could be reserved for the big cinematic final smash. There's just a ton of potential there. But it's not just moveset potential that makes me want her. Like I said, I do think that Shantae would be a good fit, and she kind of ties in with the cast of Smash Bros. And what Smash Bros. Represents sort of as a whole. Super Smash Bros. Started off as a showcase of Nintendo characters. Then it grew to be about Nintendo history as a whole, and then it kind of has turned into representing gaming history as a whole. Super Smash Bros. Is a series about recognizable faces and mascots. Mario is the face of Nintendo, Pikachu is the face of Pokemon, Captain Falcon is the most recognizable of the F-Zero racers. You get these characters who represent specific eras of Nintendo's history, like how the Wii Fit Trainer and the Mii Fighters show that all-inclusive blue ocean strategy of the Wii and the DS, or how the Ice Climbers and Duck Hunt kind of harken back to the classic NES Golden Era. And this idea of gaming mascots in Smash Bros. Has only expanded out when they added in third-party characters. You know, Sonic the Hedgehog is the face of Sega. Pac-Man is the mascot of Namco. If you're thinking about Konami, you're probably thinking of either Metal Gear or Castlevania. Street Fighter sort of is the fighting game, and Ryu is the Street Fighter. And the same thing goes with Cloud, who represents not only Final Fantasy VII and the Final Fantasy series as a whole, but also kind of JRPG protagonists as a whole. He's one of the most iconic leads and kind of represents JRPGs to a lot of people. Now, this trend of having these recognizable faces of game companies isn't really something that you see anymore. You don't often get these iconic characters that much. A lot of the big games nowadays, like Minecraft or Fortnite, they're more about player customization and personalization than they are about having a cast of memorable faces. Even Splatoon, Nintendo's latest big hit, has the Inklings. And the Inklings, yeah, sure, they're recognizable, but they're not really characters. They're still just an avatar for the player to change around to customize to their needs. This wasn't always the case. There was a time when every single game company had their mascot. Nintendo had Mario, Sega had Sonic, but Data East had Karnoff, Atlas had Jack Frost, Sunsoft had Aero the Acrobat, LucasArts had Chuck the Plant, Hudson had Bomberman, and the PlayStation sorta had Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, depending on who you ask. But around the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox time, these kinds of characters sorta went away. You had the franchises that were already established and the series that were still going, but less and less you saw new mascots pop up. And this is about the time that Shantae showed up. The original Shantae came out for the Game Boy Color back in 2002, and she's since become WayForward's mascot. Now, WayForward makes a ton of games. Some of them original, most of them are licensed, but no matter what, they always seem to come back to Shantae. Shantae was the first original developed game by WayForward, and they always kind of keep her around. When they could start self-publishing on smaller downloadable services like the Nintendo eShop, then we got sequels like Risky's Revenge and Pirate's Curse. When they took to Kickstarter to raise money to create their own original AAA game, it was a Shantae game. There just seems to be a lot of love for the character as the face of the company, and in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like she's the last video game mascot. And that's really why I want to see her, not just because I like her and because I think she'd be super fun to play as, but she sort of fits into that Smash Brothers ideal. She represents a game company that has some pretty close ties to Nintendo, and she stands as one of those faces. Maybe she's not as recognizable as somebody like Cloud or Donkey Kong, but she's still important. She fits that mold. And as Smash Brothers grows and expands to be about gaming history as a whole, all kind of told by the characters represented, I think it would be kind of poetic and nice to have the early gaming mascots like Pac-Man and Mario stand toe-to-toe with kind of the last one, with Shantae. And that's why I would like to see Shantae in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Although if I can't get Shantae, Gino would be pretty cool too. So hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can also find the completed drawing posted on my Twitter account and my Instagram feed, which you can follow at DFDFleming, and I got links available in the description below as well. If you have an idea for anything that you would like me to draw and discuss, feel free to let me know or ask me a question in the comments below. Or again, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and ask me there. And if you like what I draw, and want to see more things that I draw, I do have a comic, The Adventures of Miss Rocket, which updates every Monday and Thursday. You can find that at missrocket.com. So once again, I do want to thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you again with another video, and until next time, take care, y'all.